How's it going, everybody? I want to give you guys a heads up on the PlayStation Plus titles for the month of October going live today. This is for Plus Extra and Plus Premium, so we'll go over that. There's been a lot of talk about this Best Buy news that's been coming out, that they're going to end sales of physical media. I think most people understood that that was just for DVD and Blu-rays, and some people, however, did think video game physical media was coming to an end as well as far as Best Buy sales go. We'll talk about that at the end of the video. It doesn't look like that'll be the case, so we'll, again, go over that at the end. But first of all, PlayStation Plus game catalog for October is rolling out as we speak. By the time you guys are watching this video, chances are it's already live. I talked about this in an earlier video, but honestly speaking, I'm gonna be a little bit more harsh with the monthly catalog updates, especially after the price increase. Like, I'm thinking we should be getting high quality stuff across the board as far as Plus is concerned, but the month of October is pretty mediocre. Like, let's be honest, the only way I think you could like this month better than some of the previous months is if you just hate Japanese games, and that's mainly what you got in like July, August, and September. If my recollection is correct, then fine. I guess there's some good stuff here, but given the price hike, I would have expected a lot better. But let's roll down the catalog update again. First of all, you have Gotham Knights. So this is the WB Montreal Gotham game, and WB Montreal also did Batman Arkham Origins. Obviously, the Arkham trilogy was done by Rocksteady Studios. Gotham Knights, if you compare it to the Arkham games, you are going to be grotesquely disappointed. But if you actually go into it as its own game, I thought it was okay. My main point of contention was the 30 FPS lock on consoles. Like, that is just egregious in this era, in this generation of gaming, especially given that Gotham Knights is not that visually appealing. Like, it's a fine looking game, but if you're talking PS5 Series X titles, it's like pretty mid, all things considered. It does have co-op, so maybe that was an aspect, but overall, the open world was good. The story was pretty interesting, and replayability is there with the 4 different characters you can play as, and there are some different nuances with each of them. So that it does make it worthwhile to go back again, but you know, that is the headlining game. I don't think that is gonna entice a lot of people. Now, next up, you have Disco Elysium: The Final Cut. This is a game that's not for everybody, but when I talk about it, obviously, I talk it up. I think this game has tremendous writing. I think the atmosphere is great, the decision-making is great, and there's a lot of replayability. It's obviously more of a slower-paced, methodical game, so it's not going to be for everyone. If you're looking for a fast-paced action title, like, this is not it. And I actually recommended this game to a buddy, and he played it, and he was just like, bro, what the hell are you recommending me? So, like, I can see the fact it's not for everybody, but if you are into narrative-driven games, Disco Elysium is going to be a good one. You have Dark Pictures Anthology House of Ashes. You have Alien Isolation, which Alien Isolation is a good game, but it does go dirt cheap, so how much value is in that? Dead Island Definitive Edition is there as well. Thankfully on Plus Extra, not Plus Premium. That's kind of surprising. Outlast 2, I mean, it's October, so at least they're dropping a horror game if you're in the mood for that. Elite Dangerous, Far Changing Tides, Gungrave Gore, which is a relatively recent release. It came out, I think, back in November of last year, so, you know, I guess that's decent, but that game got pretty mediocre reviews as well. Eldest Souls is there, which that's a cool one to add. Roki, and that is rounding out the Plus Extra catalog. Plus Premium, of course, decent little titles here. You've got Tekken 6, Soul Calibur Broken Destiny, Ape Escape Academy. Those are all, 3 of those are the PSP games of those. Soul Calibur Broken Destiny was a PSP exclusive, as was, I believe, Ape Escape Academy. Tekken 6 obviously was available on a plethora of different other platforms, and kind of surprising that they did go with the PSP route, but really the only other option would be to offer you the PS3 version, and PS3 games are not backwards compatible, so they really can't do that either. So that's a little bit of a bummer, but what can you do? Soul Calibur Broken Destiny is actually pretty cool. Kratos is on the cover of that game, which is, I thought, pretty interesting, and, you know, it was a PSP exclusive, didn't come out on any other platform, which is kind of surprising for a game like that, but yeah, that'll be added, and then Ape Escape Academy as well. And then IQ Final also added the sequel to IQ, Intelligent Q from the original PlayStation, including brain-busting modes like 100 IQ Attack, IQ Final, Survival, and Create. You can navigate each stage carefully to avoid being crushed by the rotating block. So all those being rotated into the service right now. Again, I would have to say a pretty mediocre month. Hopefully November and December are a little bit better, especially, you know, with a lot more people probably getting a PS5, maybe a PlayStation Plus subscription. But yeah, as far as game catalog updates go, this is probably, honestly, I don't think it's hyperbole in saying that this is the weakest month that I've seen since Plus Extra became a thing. Like, every month has offered a lot to like, but Gotham Knights being the headlining game, while I liked it a lot more than other people, that's not enough, especially with the price hike. So that's my 2 cents, but if you're a Plus Extra subscriber for the long haul, those are some games to check out. I would definitely recommend Disco Elysium if you are into story-driven games. Next up, okay, so a lot of talk surrounding this. Best Buy is ending DVD and Blu-ray disc sales. So a lot of people saw the headlines of them ending physical media sales, but this is checking out of the DVD business. So don't worry, guys, if you think this is an omen for physical game media to end, this is not a sign of that. However, there have been a lot of other signs that physical media is gonna go to the wayside. I think the biggest point of contention would be that Alan Wake 2, a major AAA release, is going to be a digital-only title. I think that paints a picture to the future of digital gaming a lot more than this Best Buy news story where they're checking out of the DVD business, but they're still gonna be selling physical media. Look, who really buys DVDs and Blu-rays these days? Not a lot of people. You're usually going to a subscription service, you're usually streaming content, and that's one thing for video media. It's a different ballgame when you're talking about gaming. Gaming, it's not like people are entirely moving to streaming games or even downloading games. Yes, downloading games is exponentially increasing year over year, and a large portion of people primarily download their games, but it's still not at the level of the other media platforms like movies, like TV shows, even music. Gaming is just not there, and I don't know if it is ever going to be there. And give credit to Ubisoft for being the ones that were the voice of reason, being like, yeah, digital gaming is going to increase over the years, but physical media is always going to have a place. That's what they said. Now, is every publisher going to adopt that? No, we already know that Epic Games is not adopting that. They're not releasing a physical copy of Alan Wake 2, and when you look at something like Larian Studios, they dropped Baldur's Gate 3, but while you could point to that being a AAA game not getting a physical release, first of all, that game is primarily a PC game, so that game already, you know, with PC as its target audience, they've already moved to digital only. The PlayStation 5 version has come out. Second of all, Larian was not expecting that game to be as big as it was, so yes, it was a AAA game, but they were not expecting it to be this massive game that I think everybody is expecting Alan Wake 2 to be. Lastly, with Larian Studios, after them seeing the success of Baldur's Gate 3, they're thinking about doing a physical release. So even they are just like, yeah, we'll do a physical release. So it's not the same when you compare that game to Alan Wake 2. It's a different ball game. Alan Wake 2 is really gonna be the barometer setter as far as that's concerned when you talk about how is a game gonna do that's a big budget title, a AAA game not getting a physical release and only going the digital route. If it does very well and the people on social media are just a vocal minority, which, let's be honest, a lot of the times, guys, we are a vocal minority that at the end of the day, these games come out and then they still sell well even after all the vitriol that's spewed online, rightfully in a lot of sense. And I think with Alan Wake 2, it is rightful that that game not getting a physical release is whack, but if the game ultimately performs well, you have to imagine that other publishers are going to take note of something like that, especially considering the fact that you would imagine that digital sales would generate a lot more revenue to the studios and the publishers than physical sales would. So it's all something to consider, but this Best Buy story, I don't think is that crazy. And again, if they're getting out of the DVD business, that's gonna open the store floor for a lot of other content, which I think is what they are going for. But that'll do it for me. Again, the PlayStation Plus titles for the month of October are rolling out right now. Go check those out. Again, I think it's the weakest month since Plus Extra became a thing, but there's still definitely some stuff to check out. I would play Gotham Knights. I don't think it's great, but I think it's decent. Disco Elysium, for sure. Alien Isolation, if you're one of the 3 people that didn't pick it up for sub $5, like, I guess go play that. And as far as Best Buy goes, it looks like they'll still be in the physical games media for the foreseeable future, but they are ending DVD and Blu-ray disc sales. That'll do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.